My name is Ross Mahon, and I am what Google calls an apps education evangelist. Fancy title, I basically go out and talk to schools, universities, further education colleges about using apps and Chromebooks in education. So what I wanted to do today was give you a bit of background on Chromebooks, give you a bit of an idea of why they're a completely different paradigm in education, and give you a little bit of a deep dive into some of the management features. So two things to point out here are we have two hashtags for both Google Plus and Twitter. So interact with us on both of those. So we've got Google Bet 12 and we've got a hashtag for Chromebooks EDU. So ask questions, make comments, contact us that way. So Chromebooks is basically your connection to the cloud. It is in effect the way that you would get a group of students to log into Google Apps, to log into all of the different Chrome apps directly in a very, very fast period of time. So some of the challenges that schools are facing are around budget, in not only just from a money standpoint, from a monetary standpoint, but also in the amount of time and effort that it actually takes to manage an infrastructure, to manage 40, 50 devices within a school. The management just generally when it comes to how do you make sure that the devices are locked down, that the students can access particular content is very important. And the scalability, you start off with 20 devices, how do you then rapidly increase those to 50, 60, 100, etc. And how do you make sure when you're thinking of a device that it is really focused on the students? At the end of the day, all of the various different virtualized and all the most complicated systems, if they're not focused on students, it's not really the goal, is it? So we're trying to make sure that we're focused on students. So Chromebooks, they're easy to manage. The technology basically just works. Manage them very, very easy with the cloud-based management system. Very, very easy to support. It comes with 24/7 administrative support, but also the devices themselves are stateless. So very easy to turn them into developer mode, turn them back, that wipes the device and you're ready to go again if anything goes wrong with it. And they're massively easy to scale. You basically just add them, enroll the devices, and you're ready to go with a whole load more. So the key aspects to think about for Chromebooks are speed, our simplicity, and our security. So when we're talking about speed, we're talking about the fact that these devices will boot in 8 seconds. And that's a real 8 seconds, and I'd encourage you to test them over there afterwards. They are connected anywhere, so you can get on the web really fast. So you've got a Wi-Fi device and you've got a 3G device, but both will boot up really quickly and you're straight on and connected. And they're built to navigate the web. So we've actually got rid of the cap lock buttons. So for any of those who are slightly frustrated with blogs that have nothing but cap locks, there is no cap locks on this, but instead we've put in a search button. So you hit that, it opens a new tab, and your cursor directly goes to the Omnibox, and you're ready to search straight away. So everything is synced. So the general idea when you're thinking about cloud computing is you log on your home PC, you go into work, and you've got everything, your files, your documents, your photos, everything is just with you wherever you happen to log in. And that is obviously the case with the Chromebooks. And it's fresh forever. These devices constantly update. They're the first device that I'm aware of that get better with time. They're like a fine wine. So they will update every 6 weeks to the latest version of Chrome. They're getting more secure, they're getting faster, they're constantly getting better. And they're, again, massively easy to manage. So you can control everything from proxy settings to whitelisting and blacklisting different applications. Student log in and they get the applications that you want them to see on day one. Chromebooks are the first real commercial operating system that has been built from the ground up with security in mind. So the defense is really, really in deep. So each tab, for example, is sandboxed, which means that if you happen to open up a virus-ridden site, it will kill that tab, but all of the others will be absolutely fine. The devices are encrypted. The actual SD cards are partitioned, so when you pass them around to 15 different students, their information is partitioned on the SD card, safe for an offline access standpoint. So very, very safe, very, very secure. And of course, they're personalized. So you log on to your Gmail account or your school's account, your Google Apps account, you get your environment instantly wherever you go. So in recap, Chromebooks for education, they're €17. They start at €17 for the Wi-Fi devices per month for a 3-year contract, and we're also bringing out a 1-year contract as well, a 1-year SKU, and they're £15 a month for the Wi-Fi version. So to kind of put that into context, imagine a situation where you go into a classroom with 30 kids, you get them to log on in 8 seconds, and the device lasts for 8 hours. No wires, just works. It's massively useful. It's instantly personalized, so you just literally, and I've observed this in classrooms, you just say to them, click on the green logo, click on the BrainPop, click on the Docs logo, go in there and do a search for this. And everybody is on the same page, because they all have the same version. They all see the same thing. Incredibly simplified. No more, any of those who are in IT, you don't have to spend the summers sitting in a dark IT room trying to patch, upgrade, make sure that everything is up to the latest version. And it's very, very familiar. So you're up to the minute. It's Chrome, basically. It is a browser. Students know what that is, and teachers do, of course, as well. And it's that managed environment wherever they go. So again, what we've seen with a lot of schools and a lot of kids, when they go home or on Christmas holidays, they actually continue with their projects because they log in on their Chrome device at home, or just even on any Chrome browser, or any browser for that matter, and they get their documents. And it's, of course, built for the web. So we have a specific education marketplace category, and it is the Chrome Web Store. And obviously, Chrome will support any Flash website, of course. So this is the user experience that you go through. Startup, 8 seconds. Log in, another second. And you get this tab. And then once you're from there, you're straight into your mail, calendar, documents, whatever other applications you as the administrator or the teacher has decided to give that particular class. Again, this environment that you decide what they see is broken down by organizational unit. That would basically mean that you will have classes 1 to 6, and each class could have a completely different environment. It's up to you as to what they see or don't see. And then you're basically off. You're browsing, you're working, you're ready to go. So what I'd like to do is I'd really like to encourage you to beat the boot. Right? That sounds a little bit strange. But if you go over to any of the Chromebooks anywhere here and you do a search for Beat the Boot, this is basically a little game which I think is kind of fun, that you can try and see if you can do several different activities and beat the boot. So we're really trying to make sure that people understand that this 8 seconds isn't a marketing thing. It isn't something that we've just kind of said that we're going to do. You've got to try and brush your teeth as quickly, as many times as possible in the amount of time that it actually takes to boot the actual Chromebook itself. So it is actually 8 seconds. So really give that a go, and hopefully you'll enjoy that. And with that, if there's any questions at all, I'd be really happy to answer them either now if anybody would like to, or if you'd like to come up to me afterwards. And please, I would encourage you to go over and try the Chromebooks. Thank you very much.